Okay, I'm going to film this again. This is day 12 of me recording every single day. And yeah, today we're at a new setting. This is my living room. Aside from the office, today my parents are gone from my house. So I've decided I can just film right here. It has nice lighting, a different feeling, different like background. So today I just want to talk about different types of people in life. Something that I've learned like this morning about, figuring out, just I was just thinking about all these different friends and people that I encountered in life and really thought about what kind of people do I want to be with, you know, in terms of relationships or just friendships, social circle. How do I attract the people that I want to spend time with? And I don't just mean it just in like relationships, just like different levels of people that are like high achieving, with different status and different characters. And when I thought about it and basically ChatGPT and asked ChatGPT about this topic, came up with interestingly there's four different types of people that you'll encounter that you can, categorize in each, label. So I'm just going to quickly go over each of these categories and really tell you what I've learned. So number one are the builders. So the builders are the most ideal people, types of people that you want in life. They create something. They are building, let's say like a business or a company or a brand, or product. They're building a lifestyle, perhaps, something that's meaningful to them and their values. They're building off of that. They have clear goals and they have they're highly diligent and disciplined within highly focused on what they want to do in life. And so these are the people that you want to attract as much as possible. Number two are the supporters. These people are like your parents, your mentors, or your teachers that will give you advice and they will help you out when you need it. When you need like an emotional support or like when you're like have dilemmas, you have to make a decision and it's hard to make a decision, they're going to be the ones that you ask them for advice. And so these are also another groups of people that you want in life. They're not particularly builders because builders are like the people that you're competing against at the same time. They're like your friends that are in the same age group that are striving for like a same goal or a similar goal in their life. And you get mutual respect. The supporters, they give you advice because they went through all these different stages of life. And they're there to help you succeed as well. Okay. Number three are the drifters. So drifters, I basically, am part of this category, this group of people. The drifters, they don't really know what they want in life. They're still figuring things out. And sometimes they like to party. These are the people, yeah, like they party a lot. They just do the fun things because that's what they want to do. They don't really take their future that seriously. They don't really know what they want to do. And I think it's completely okay because I'm in this situation right now and I am part of that drifters. But these people, you don't really want to spend so much time on them if you have ambitions, if you have dreams that you want to, materialize. Because if you're ambitious, but you spend time with a lot of drifters, your mind starts to mold similar to these other people, and they'll keep you average or distracted. And so I went through all of this myself, starting high school, I was very ambitious. I wanted to become great. I want to become, you know, famous and rich. And I've been working on different things and different projects, but now, like, as I spend my time, I'm not trying to blame it completely on like on these different people that I see, but spending time with these drifters, it really distracts you from your main goal in life. And you start to care more about different dramas and who said what and what happened in school and what this guy did to that. Like that's really irrelevant if you really have a single goal that you want to accomplish, right? But when you spend more time with all these people, you don't know like what you have to care about. To be included in a group, in a social group, you start to feel like, oh, you need to care so much about what, you have to know everything. You have to know what the jokes are, inside jokes are. I don't think that matters a lot, in my opinion, but I still feel like I need to know about these different things. And people do like gossips and they feed off from people talking smack about others. I don't think that's really attractive. And I don't think that's respectable. And so, yeah, drifters, I'm not saying they're bad because they still don't know what they want to do and they're going through their life to figure that out. But if you spend a lot of time with them, it's not really going to benefit you. It's not really going to keep push you forward. The ones that push you forward are the builders. The builders, they're building things themselves. They're trying to improve. The drifters, they're basically just drifting in life. And they don't really have clear goal, a clear North Star to strive for. Number four, these are the pullers. And so literally they pull you. They pull you down to their own level. These are like the crabs at the bottom of the bucket. When a crab, when like if I'm trying to get out of the bucket, they pull you down. They pull you down. You're coming down here with us. You're with us. These are the people that you don't really want to spend time with and you really want to avoid. Not at all costs, but if you really value your dreams and your ambitions, then you don't really want to spend time with them because they have their own insecurities. These people, they have a lot of envy on you or they have a lot of ego. And once they see you succeeding and getting better and making progress, they'll question it and they'll criticize about it. You know? They're like, "Hey, why are you taking this so seriously? Why are you doing all of this?" They're the people that laugh at you when you're trying your best to become a better person. And so those people that laugh at you, you really want to cut them out because they're not going to serve you any good. My parents just came back home, so I kind of have to evacuate. So we're at the same spot again, and where do we leave off? So that's the four types of people that you will encounter in your life. And with that in mind, I was thinking about my own social circle and these friend groups. And what I've realized is that most of the people in my social circle, they're drifters. And they're not really building something that's like bigger than themselves. They don't really know what they want in life. And I think most of the students in school, they don't know what they want. And I think that's completely okay. They're not as like ambitious and high achieving, like visionary, in my opinion. Like I shouldn't be the one judging, but like that's why I've realized most of the time I spend time hanging out with these people doesn't really excite me. I get excited when someone is working on themselves and really thinking about improving themselves. If they're on the same if they're on the same page, I get super excited and I get energized. And what I've realized is that I don't have to spend my time with the people that are draining me and making me distracted. I am the one deciding who I spend my time with, right? So I shouldn't be, if I don't want it to, I don't have to spend time with these people. And I think it's completely okay. And if I respect them, I respect these people, you know? But at the same time, I respect my own goals and my own purpose. And I want to live intentionally and I don't want to waste time. I don't want to get distracted. I really want to prioritize my goals, my purpose over passive hangouts that doesn't energize me, that drains me out emotionally. And I'm not trying to, you know, condemn my social group or anything. It's just, defining what you want out of a friend group or a social relationship. Defining what you want. And defining what you want in life. That's what matters. There's barely any builders that really excite me. Rarely. And I think it's completely fine. And now I know, like, when I meet new people, I can see what kind of person they are and ask myself, are these people the ones that I want to keep, close in life and look up to? Like, my ideal friend group are the ones that are striving to become the best version of themselves. And that I feel like that's the part of social group that I belong in and I strive to become. And I've watched this YouTube. His name is Jim Rohn. He's like a famous author, and he had this like lesson of living a successful life. And he said, this is a famous quote, but you're the result of the five people. You're the sum of the five people you spend the most time with. And that makes totally freaking sense. That makes so much sense because our own decisions are influenced by the people we spend the most with, which is where the two most major influential people, which are our parents. The other three, they're your best friends or the people you spend time with most of the time in school or outside of school. And they will define who you are. But if you want to live extraordinary and become the best version of yourself, you have to define who you are. And you have to protect, your mind from distractions. I don't want no dramas and random stuff inundating my mind and keeping me distracted. I've felt like I've been always distracted. And it sucks being distracted because you start to fall behind in everything, in life, and you become more anxious. But once you have a goal, once you have places to go, you can start you start to feel like a leader, you know, of your own life. And that's what I strive to be. That's what you got to strive to be. So thank you guys for listening today and peace out. I'll see you guys tomorrow.